Do you feel like delegating is hard, that it simply cannot work for your business? Whatever rate you charge your clients in your proposal, it just never seemed to be enough to be able to delegate, whether it's to a freelancer or an outsourcing firm, and you end up doing everything by yourself. Then watch this video. I'm going to give you the main reasons why you're still struggling. You can't delegate, you still feel overwhelmed and tired, but you don't make the profits that you want to make. And I will give you steps that you can take today to start making a difference and get to this point where you're going to be able to delegate on a consistent basis so that you can feel more joy, you can rest more, you can stress less, build the lifestyle that you dream of, and grow your business doing less, so working smarter but not harder. Hey, I'm Chris, director of KVM Interior Design, an online firm that supports interior designers worldwide. By supporting these designers with the work that sits outside their zone of genius, these designers can focus on what matters most to them, whether it's at work or at home, and they're going to be able to grow their business as a result without the cost and hassle of having full-time employees. Okay, so in today's video, it's going to be a two-part video actually. I want to tell you what might be a reason why you still can't delegate and it seems like you can never afford it and you're just in this loop of doing everything by yourself. And then I will give you steps that you can take. It doesn't have to be drastic, but taking those small steps is really going to make a difference in how you're going to be able to grow your business in a sustainable way. Okay, so with a SaaS, delegating feels really hard to you and it just doesn't seem to work for your business. So why is that? If I go back to a very simple scenario, delegating is actually very simple. So let's assume that your hourly rate is $150. You got a project that you estimated it will take about 20 hours, so very tiny project, but for the purpose of this exercise, let's go small. So this project is going to take 20 hours to finish. And so if I multiply 150, your hourly rate, by 20, it's 3K. So the way that you decide to break it down is that you're going to work on the design, let's say 4 hours, and then you're going to spend 1 hour to put a brief together to send to your outsourcing team. You delegate basically 15 hours to a company like ours to do the drawing, sourcing, and presentation for that project. So you have your 3K fee, that's what you put in your proposal to your client. Our rate for about 15 hours would be 1K. So what is left is $1,980. This is what you made working only 5 hours instead of 20 hours. So if you do the math, your hourly rate goes up to $396, not $150, which is unbelievable. And you freed up 15 hours of your time. It means that you can easily take on another 2 projects, delegate as well. So you do the design and then you delegate the rest. So you can make more profits because you're taking more work, but you're not working more. You're still working the same number of hours. And your hourly rate goes up to $400. So you have 2 choices when you take on a project. You can either work the 20 hours, you do it all, you feel exhausted. You have to turn down prospects because if leads come in, you simply don't have the time to take them on. You lack the time to act as a CEO in your business, which means you don't have time to focus on strategy, to think about your goals, and you simply earn for the hours that you work. So if you don't work, you don't make any money. It's basically saying that you are working like a freelancer. Or option 2, like the scenario that I just gave you, you're going to focus on the design and you're going to outsource the rest. It means that you're going to feel more joy because you're going to be able to do only what you love, which is the design. You can take on more projects without doing more. You have more time for CEO tasks. And you obviously earn beyond the hours that you work because remember, you delegated those 15 hours and you're making money without doing anything. And this is the basic formula for growing a business. If you keep doing everything and you're only paid for the time that you put in, it's not going to be sustainable and it's not going to be profitable because you only have so many hours that you can work in a day. But now, why is this simple formula not working for you? It sounds super easy, I know, but why is it not working? Can you guess? Number 1, your mindset. Yeah, I always go back to the mindset, but you know you need to delegate, but your scarcity mindset is getting in the way every time. It's telling you, for example, that it's your business, it's normal that you're working so many hours, or you can't afford to delegate, not yet anyway. It's too hard to brief someone, I might as well do it myself. You just don't value your time or hourly rate. So I bet none of you tracks their time when they work on projects. You just keep working on the projects and you think you're saving money because you don't have to spend money on someone to help you. The number 2 is your processes. So the processes, I've met designers who were in business for over 5 years and they still had no processes. So step by step of how they were doing things in their business. It was just, they get a project and then they just figure it out as they're doing it, what needs to be sent, what needs to be done. There's absolutely no system of how they need to be doing things. Now, obviously, it's not making you efficient. You're wasting a lot of time. You have no automation. You have no clarity on how things are supposed to be done. And therefore, there's no way to delegate, because if there's not a clear process even for you, just you're going with the flow, then how can you explain or how can you delegate if you can't explain what it is that they have to do if you don't know yourself? So there are a few things that could be happening. Maybe you're not clear just yet on what information you need to get from the client. So you think that the project is going to be one thing, but then you realize that there's a lot more that you haven't considered. You're not clear on how long tasks really take. I'm sure you don't track your time. So you assume that sourcing for a bedroom might take you 2 hours, but the reality is that you spend 2 days on it. Maybe you're not including revisions, changes in the brief, etc. Your proposal are missing key information and you are even underestimating the amount of work that is needed on a specific project. Let's say that you estimated 10 hours instead of 20 hours for that same project. So now your fee is only $1,500 instead of $3,000. And it means you just cut your hourly rate in half. So you're only making $75 per hour instead of $150. And of course, you find yourself having to do the entire work, because when you send the brief to an outsourcing team, they're going to tell you, yeah, it's going to take 20 hours, not 10. So basically, you find yourself unable to delegate. You just can't afford it. And that's the reality. So you keep feeling stressed, unmotivated, and unable to grow your business because you're still doing everything by yourself and you stay on the hamster wheel. If some of it sounds like you, don't worry. I'm going to give you a few steps that you can take today to start stepping off the hamster wheel and start building a business that is going to be sustainable, profitable, and successful. What to do to make delegating easier for your business. I want you to take a few hours every week. So it could be that you decide every Monday is going to be your CEO day and you're going to start acting as a CEO, or it could just be, when you start to just put in your calendar like a block of 3 hours that you're not going to put any meetings, you're not going to take care of your kids. It's just those 3 hours to focus on the business and not the projects, your business. The number one thing I want you to do is take small steps to start understanding your process, even if it's on a piece of paper, but just understanding when you get a project, what do you do first? What do you do next? Etc. So what are the things that you need to be doing when you get a project? It's going to help you create systems and processes that are going to make you more efficient and more organized. Number 2, I want you to understand what critical information you need to get from your clients, because this will help you build a strong proposal and ensure that you are aware of the amount of work that is really involved. And number 3, I want you to get clear on your role in your business and what you will be doing and what you will absolutely not be doing. Number 4, I want you to understand how to better estimate. And it might be that initially you start tracking how long different tasks take you. I know it's annoying, but really using a tracker is going to give you a better understanding about how long it really takes, not how long you think it will take. You can even get help from someone else. So for example, for our clients, we always tell them, and we've been doing this more and more, is getting on a call with our clients before they even send out a proposal, and we go through the scope of work, the timeline, and also the estimate. So ensuring that everything that needs to be done for that project is included, so a good scope of work, and then understanding and helping them figure out how long it really takes to do those tasks. Number 5, change your false beliefs and work on your mindset. It is just so important. You have to do the work and step up as the next version of yourself, not stay stuck where you are in your zone of comfort, but changing your mindset is you stepping up as a CEO, and if you want things to change, you need to be willing to change as well. Number 6, you have to trust others. See help as your team. Learn to be a leader, not an employee, a freelancer, but work with people who have more skills than you, who can really add value to your team, and you're gonna see the benefits very quickly. Because the reality is, doing everything yourself is just gonna keep you stuck where you are right now. If you have limited time, I want you to at least work on defining what you need from your clients and what you will be doing for them. And this has to be super clear in the fee proposal, how many revisions are included. If there's going to be a second revision, you need to be clear about the fact that there's going to be an additional cost involved. So ensuring that all of this is in your proposal is going to protect you and is going to prevent you from doing free work. I would also include, the time to brief your outsourcing team. It's always good to add a margin, for unexpected delays, expenses, additional revisions. If you want to include more than one revision or two, what is it going to cost to do revisions, and what is the extent of the revisions? It's going to be really important for you to work with a rate that feels good to you, that makes you excited, that makes you want to do your best work. And obviously considering that if you delegate some of it, you have to consider how much you're going to have to pay your outsourcing firm. The other thing that you should be doing is to review past projects to get a sense of how long you really spent on the different tasks, so you better understand what is and what isn't realistic when you estimate. And as I said, you can also ask like a company like ours to help you with the estimates. And also a big one, get clear on the timeline and get organized. Because I have this issue with some clients who are not very organized, and so they realize too late that they had to send a brief to our team, and then it's like one day before the presentation, and they have to do everything themselves because they were not organized. So if you can have a timeline of even when you need to be sending a brief, so I would actually do it reverse. If you know the presentation is in 3 weeks, go back from the presentation day. When do you need to be sending a brief? When do you need to be receiving the work from the outsourcing team, so that you have time to check and send feedback, get them to do the edits, and then have everything ready for your presentation. So being organized is going to remove so much stress for you, and it's going to ensure that the project is successful. And I'm going to finish by saying that growth is hard. I mean, if you want to build a successful business, as I said, you have to be willing to change, to see change, and it's going to take you outside your zone of comfort, and it's uncomfortable, of course. Having good systems and a great team has allowed me to live my dream life, of traveling and having as much freedom as I wanted. I was able to work only 2 hours a day, and we have had our best 2 months in the company so far. So it's absolutely possible, but you need to work on the business. You can't just be working on the projects. If you are a CEO, act as a CEO and you will see the benefits. If you have comments, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, write a comment, tell me what you thought. If you want clarifications on anything, I'm happy to do another video, but let me know what you think. I'll see you in